What's going on, guys? Kalipis Tech here, coming back at you with another video. This is tips, tricks, and cool features for the BLU V81. In this video, I'm going to be going over some different tips and tricks for this phone that you might not know about yet. But before we go any further, I do want to ask you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It helps out the channel a lot. But now, let's get into the video. So the first thing I want to show you is a quick way you can get to your notification center. Normally, all you need to do is pull it down from the top like this, which is easy enough, but I'm going to show you an even quicker way. We're going to go to our settings, more settings, gestures, and swipe fingerprint for notifications. Toggle this on, and now all you need to do to get to your notification center is go like this on the fingerprint sensor. And there we go. You can also put it back with the same method. I do think this is a really cool and convenient way to get to your notification center. I personally don't use it though, because for me, I personally just don't like accidentally opening the notification center. It happens a lot when you have it activated, but definitely give it a try and see if it's a feature that you like. The next thing I'm going to show you is nightlight. Nightlight's a really cool feature. This basically filters out some of the blue light from your phone to make it a little bit easier on your eyes when you're using the phone at night. So what we're gonna do to get to this is go to our settings menu, display, and where it says LCD effect, we're gonna hit eye comfort and hit turn on now. As you can see there, the screen is tinted a little bit in an amber color, and that's gonna be a little bit easier on your eyes when you're using the phone at night. You can also lower the intensity, or you can bring it back up. In addition to this, you can schedule it to turn on and off at certain times. The next thing I'm going to show you is called prevent ringing. Do you typically use a ringtone on your phone, but sometimes find yourself in situations where you have to keep it silenced? Maybe you're in a meeting or a movie or something like that, where you just can't have your phone making any noise. Well, I'm going to show you a quick way to silence your phone without having to go through the settings menu and find it that way. All you need to do is press the power key and the volume up key at the same time, and this is gonna show up. This feature is called prevent ringing, and it basically puts your phone on vibrate mode so you don't have to go to settings to do it. Now, there are a few potential shortcomings of this feature. The first one being this Google Assistant button right here. It's really easy to accidentally press that at the same time, and that's just gonna be annoying because having this thing open by accident is not something anyone wants to happen. The other common mistake that happens when you try to use this feature is using the wrong volume key. Remember, we're gonna wanna use the power key and the volume up key, not the power key and the volume down key, because this actually takes a screenshot. So you're not gonna wanna do that. One more time, power key and volume up key, and that is gonna activate the prevent ringing feature. The next thing I wanna show you is how to get your battery percentage on the status bar. As you can see right here, we got the battery icon, but no percentage, unless you pull down the notification center, and well, I guess there's no battery percentage there either. Most phones do have it on the notification center, but for whatever reason, this phone doesn't. So anyway, I guess that shortcut doesn't work, but let me show you how you can actually get the battery percentage on the status bar. We're gonna go to settings, more settings, battery, and toggle on battery percentage right here. And now, as you can see, the battery percentage is up here on the status bar right next to the icon. And if you ever want to turn it back off, just toggle it right back off and it'll go back to where it was before. The next thing I'm going to show you is a quick way to get to your camera. So there's really nothing to this. All you need to do is double tap the power key and it's going to open up your camera. It's gonna ask you which one of these guys you wanna use. And if you want it to do the same thing every time, you can go ahead and just hit always. And then of course, it's always gonna choose that option and it's not gonna ask you anymore. The next thing I'm gonna show you is a feature called the dark theme. I'm pretty sure most people have heard of the dark theme, but in case you haven't, it basically just turns the theme of your phone's colors from light colors to dark colors. It's pretty cool. Lots of people like to use it. So what we're gonna do to get to this is go to settings, display, and dark theme is right here. Simply toggle it on and we're gonna get the dark theme. Some phones allow you to schedule it so it can turn on at night and off in the morning, but unfortunately this phone doesn't have the scheduling feature, but at least we do get a dark theme. The next thing I'm going to show you is sort of similar to dark theme, I guess. and that is the accent color. This is a really cool feature that not all phones have. It basically changes this other secondary color within your theme. I'm not quite sure how to explain this, so let me just show you and it'll speak for itself. So we're gonna go to settings, display once more, and accent color. So you can choose between all kinds of different colors. This is actually a really cool feature, and I guess I just never noticed it before. So let's just choose space and see what happens. As you can see, that little color there did change. Let's try a different one. I'm gonna do cinnamon. And there we go again. This is gonna change that secondary color within your theme. Whether you have light theme or dark theme, it doesn't matter. It's gonna be the same thing. The next thing I'm gonna show you is a feature called adaptive brightness. Adaptive brightness is a really cool feature that basically saves you a little battery while also making sure that your screen is always gonna be bright enough for you to see it. So to get to this feature, we're gonna go to settings, display, adaptive brightness right here, and just activate it. And as you can see, the screen dimmed a little bit because I didn't actually need the screen to be at 100% brightness in order to see it properly. It's gonna change depending on the environment. So if you're in a real dark area, the screen is gonna dim a little bit because you won't need it to be that bright in order to see it. But if you're in a real bright area, it's gonna turn up to 100% brightness so you can see it more. This is nice because it's gonna be a little bit easier on your eyes too, because having your phone at 100% brightness all the time not only wastes battery life, but also can be a strain on your eyes if you don't need it to be that bright. The next thing I'm gonna show you is one-handed mode. Now, while this phone isn't the biggest one out there, the display still is on the bigger side, and even though it's pretty comfortable to hold in your hand, actually doing things on it with only one hand can be a little bit of a nuisance. So one-handed mode basically shrinks the display area down to the point where you can actually do everything with just one hand. It's pretty cool, so let me show you how it works. We're gonna go to settings, more settings, display, and one-handed mode right here. We're gonna turn this on, and now as you can see, it's shrunken down to a more manageable size, so you actually only need one hand to use the phone. It's pretty cool, and I actually really like this feature. It makes it a lot more convenient to use the phone without risking dropping it or something like that when you only have one hand available. You can also change the side based on what hand you're actually using. To get back to the normal view, all you need to do is just tap this or pretty much anywhere on the screen and it'll go back to normal. Now the final thing I'm gonna show you is a way you can hide this little notch up here. It's no secret that I'm not a big fan at all of the water drop notch, and I wish the phone just had a hole punch camera like every other nice modern looking phone, but unfortunately we're stuck with this notch. But I did notice an interesting feature on this phone that allows you to hide the notch. So let's take a look at how that works. We're gonna go to settings, display once again, and notch right here at the bottom. So all you need to do to hide the notch is hit hide notch right here. And now it's gonna turn the top of the screen by the status bar black, so the notch blends in. Now I personally don't know how I feel about this. This just makes the bezel look thicker, so it's kind of debatable on whether or not it really helps, but definitely try it out for yourself so you can see whether or not you like it, because it's one thing seeing it in this video, but it's another seeing it in person. So I would definitely give it a shot because everyone's taste is gonna be a little bit different. Maybe you don't even mind the water drop notch like I do. You might even like it, and that's definitely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you are bothered by the notch like I am, then definitely give this a try and see if it looks any better to you. But those were my tips, tricks, and cool features for the BLU V81. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you found this information useful as well. If you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to learn more about the phone, definitely check out my full review of it as well. But that's it for this video. I will see you guys in the next one.